Hey everyone, it's Yishan here. Just a couple of things before we get into the video. Number one, if you enjoy the content, do please consider subscribing. It helps out a lot. And number two, I've got a couple of affiliate links, free ways to support the channel. Number one is my TCG player link. If you shop there, I get some of the money you send on the website. It costs you nothing extra. Number two is my Your Playmat affiliate link. They make custom sleeves and mats. This is a custom sleeve right here. Check them out. If you use that affiliate link, you get 10% off. Without further ado, guys, let's get right into the video. Hey guys, it's Yishan here. I am here with my good friend Kyle, the authority, as you all know, one of the best bird up Lyrilusc Tri-Brigade players, west of the Mississippi, let's say. One of my favorite expressions. And, there are some new cards and released in Synchro Storm. We've got Barrel Canary, Bird Call, Celeste Wagtail, and even the Ensemble Robin. And a lot of players are excited to use these cards in their bird up decks, and I happen to be one of them as well. So I asked Kyle, I said, Kyle, I'm struggling with the deck. Can I just copy yours? And I said, you know what, why don't I just put this on YouTube? I'm sure a lot of people will want the same thing. So here it is. We're going to show you some combos as well. But other than that, how are you doing, Kyle?
I'm doing good. It feels like so nice to finally have these cards in hand because I got scared when they were like, yeah, we're actually not going to print these until like January. And I was like, oh no, let's not do that. But now that we have them, the deck feels amazing. Like I've only played in one local so far, and it felt like I just sweeped. It was crazy. And I only won it. I only had one dice roll, so the deck all day was just me losing dice rolls and then winning. And I only went to game 3 once, and that was just like a minute side error that did not even. It wasn't even like me playing the game bad. It was I just should have kept something in, and I didn't do it. Otherwise, the deck is wild.
Yeah, I find Barrel Canary. I really want to this card's really good at helping you push through stuff. So this looks really solid. It's really interesting that it used to be that Tri-Brigade decks where you'd run a lot of Tri-Brigades and less of the supporting engine, but the new cards are pretty powerful, and so they're sort of making a case.
Yeah, at this point it's basically like Tri-Brigade is the supporting engine for what the birds want to do. Because it's even at the point to where if a lot of that Tri-Brigade engine got hit, this deck would probably still be viable because the bird stuff does so much on its own, and you only need 2 names to be able to go, oh, here's my combo.
Okay, yeah, we'll definitely take a look at the combos. But if you want to just go through the deck profile for us real quick, then that would be great. Yep.
Okay, so let's start with my bird engine, so that's first up on the list. Standard, kind of what we've been playing since before the support came out. 3 Warbler, it's the best starter in the deck. 2 Cobalt Sparrow. Some people play 3. I like 2 in here, partly because I play Jack in the Hand, as you'll see later, but also because sometimes I just don't want to see all the bird stuff. I don't want to see complete multiples of everything. Sometimes it's good, but most of the time, just one of them is nice. And I have now with Bird Call, you have 3 Fractal, 3 Bird Call, 2 Jacks, a Tanky, and a Foolish to be able to see any of the birds you want in your graveyard. So 3's, I don't think 3's completely necessary, but then again, this deck's so malleable that you can probably do whatever you want with it. I keep telling everybody, just if you want, just make your own build. It'll probably end up working. You might just have to tweak it a little bit.
Yeah, it's good enough. These cards are good enough.
Yeah. And then I played 2 Barrel Canary. Some people play 3 Barrel Canaries. I don't like having to rely on Barrel Canary all the time. It's good in certain combos, and it's good to if you didn't open Warbler but you open that, it's still a pretty decent board. You can end on Ensemble with 4 bounces and then an F-Zero. So it's still a pretty good board, and against some decks that sometimes works out better than having to make Statue and stuff, because some decks Statue is just not as good against. But no, those Barrel Canaries are a solid addition to the deck. And then we have 1 Wagtail, which is the new Ultra from the set. I only play 1 because it makes 3 of the level 1s you want to dump at that point. You can either opening Cobalt or Wagtail with your Warbler, your Barrel Canary is the same thing. It essentially enables the same combos.
Right.
So either,
Doesn't it give you an extra body though? In like from my understanding, right? Just as like the difference between Sparrow is if you go Warbler, Wagtail, you can search bird call, then use like a bird call to special out one of your other birds. That way you can sort of get an extra bird without normal summoning, sort of thing.
um, in a way, because with bird call you have to have another one in hand
Right.
too.
Right.
So you'd have to have two names. Most of the time, I just use bird call to search for whatever piece I'm missing,
Okay.
especially in the combos. But there are some combos, especially with like barrel canary, where you will like search warbler with recital and then use bird call to search whatever other piece you want, and then special the warbler from hand to trigger the warbler.
Right. Right.
So that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's also really good, like if you had to nib them or something,
Mm-hmm.
because then you could activate bird call special warbler and still do your combo anyway, even though you had a monster in your monster
Mm-hmm.
zone.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also still play one sapphire. I really do not like drawing sapphire most of the time. It feels really bad still.
Yeah, but you have to play it, so.
Yeah, you have to play it. It's just never felt good. It never feels good to draw the
Mm-hmm.
card.
Mm-hmm.
And if I didn't have to play it, I mean, I'd still play it. But I just sometimes I'm like, wow, wish this was anything else. There's sometimes though when your hand's just like all freaking birds, and
Yeah.
then it's really good because it helps you play through interruptions. But if you don't have a handful of wing beasts, it's just not good until you search it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's basically it for my bird package. For the Tri-Brigade package, it's a lot smaller than it has been,
Mm-hmm.
like a lot smaller. I think
Yeah.
for like names, I only play like 7.
Yep. 7.
Yeah. So I play 3 Fractal. Fractal's the best one for this deck in particular because you can dump any of the birds you need. You can dump Nerval, you can dump Kit. Just is the most utility of the names.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one. Unless it ever got hit, that's the one I would always play 3
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
just the most useful. I only play 2 Nerval in this deck because you don't really want to open Nerval, but you also want to see it enough. So it's one of those cards where like 2 or 3 is fine. I've never been like, oh, I need a third. I wish I had a third Nerval right here. It just hasn't happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
so for now, I would probably keep it at 2. And it's like been working perfectly fine for me. I understand why some people want 3 though, just so you can have that grind game.
Right. Right.
And then I only play 1 Karis and 1 Kit. Karis is a good extender when you need it, and then Kit's just there for Oath,
Mm-hmm.
which I play. Which a lot of the time, games 2 or 3 when I go second, I take out Kit and Oath and just play because you don't need it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That makes
Um,
sense.
yeah, and then I only play 1 brick off of Apex, which is the statue.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like statue covers so many more matchups than Apex does. I do side Apex, but that's for like if I'm playing like super stun decks or like
Sky Striker.
striker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe. Maybe
Flunder.
Virtual World.
If it,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Thunder. Yeah.
but like even statue against even a lot of control decks is good because like Eldritch can't summon their cards,
Yeah. It's.
Guru can't make Dragoon, Buster Blade. If you randomly play against that Buster Blade or comp like pile, it can't freaking. I played against that on Sunday.
I see.
It can't make any of the Buster Blader cards. Even
Yeah.
like Dogmatica stuff can't be summoned,
Yeah.
so it's like it's generally really good. So
Mm-hmm.
that's one I would play. And then I do play another. I don't. Kinkabay is kind of out of place, but it's after the hand traps. We'll just talk about Kinkabay now because it's part of the beast,
Mm-hmm.
part of the deck. I do play the 1 Kinka. You don't really normal summon this deck. Your normal summon happens after you've already made like F0.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you need, it's a good search off of Jackland. Sometimes people will take it. You don't really care. It is a good starter. You just don't care if it gets taken. But now with Crossout out, it feels so much safer to just normal summon King Bayou.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because you can just negate the Imperm to get the Veiler and then keep playing. And the combo route's basically the same with Kinka as it is with Warbler. You just have to adjust things a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's it for like the monsters of the deck. hand trap wise, I do play 3 Ash. I think Ash is and always will be the most versatile hand trap because it
Yeah.
just hits so many different things.
Yeah. It's just the way,
So
the way what's valuable in modern Yu-Gi-Oh seems to be adding and summoning from deck,
yeah,
basically.
exactly.
Yeah. So.
And unless there comes a day where it gets hit like the OCG, which I don't think will ever happen because it's not a sensible hit at
Yeah,
all.
those OCG ban lists are a little bit don't make any sense, to be honest.
I think 3 Ash will always be in people's decks unless it's just doesn't play hand traps. And then I played 3 one-of hand traps. I play Valor, Droll, and DD Crow. So DD Crow's in here because you can search it, and I think that's super valuable.
Yeah.
Because even if it's not like amazing against the deck you're playing against, it'll probably find some random utility. It always ends up having some. Then I play Valor because you don't. Sometimes getting hit with that Valor really sucks. Like it just stops your turn.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna play Crossout, you have to play the Valor in this deck. Yeah.
And then I play 1 Droll for my other crossout target because if you get Drolled, most of the time you're gonna have to pass, and it doesn't feel good. Because at least with Drytron when they got Drolled, they can make Dragoon. We literally can set up like maybe an assembled. Sometimes if our hand is cracked, we can make F-Zero, but it really hurts. And then my other 2 hand traps are just 2 imperms, just to fill my idea was like 3 imperm type cards, so the 2 imperms on the Valor, so that you still have the array of effect negation, but you still have 2 different cards that will come up in the matchups for crossout. So moving into spells, I do play 3 Prosperity in here. It's understand it's a little expensive. Not everybody's picked them up, and they're not getting reprinted for a while. But I think in this deck it's really nice.
Yeah.
Because being able to just look top 3, I don't know, grab a Warbler, grab Crossout, grab literally anything is super helpful. Especially in a deck that has so much gas that you can just keep going through some stuff. And most of the time, going first, all the time, you're not going to kill them. So the half-life doesn't matter. And like going first, there's cards in your extra deck that you just won't need. So you can just throw them out and it won't matter.
Yeah, I see. Like you could probably throw out like a Bear Brum and maybe the Zeus package, or maybe even
that's usually what I do. Depends what my hand looks like. Sometimes I'll get rid of Almirage. It doesn't happen a lot, but sometimes if my hand's like to the point where like, oh, I know no matter what happens, this Almirage isn't going to come up, I'll get rid of it.
Okay.
But I understand it's out of people's budget. There's alternatives. You can play Talents. You can play Droplets, which is more expensive than this. But if you have it, you have it.
Right.
Yeah, there's just alternatives. There's versions of the deck that just plays more birds and stuff and plays Desires.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I don't like that as much because I don't want to have to play more than one statue.
Yeah, well, I think the idea is that they don't go for statue if it's banished. Is sort of the idea. They just play one, and if it gets banished, then it gets banished.
Yeah, I get that. I would also, if I play Desires, I would also probably play like Appaloosa and stuff to have other end boards because I don't want to have to summon that Smorg most of the time. Then I play 3 Crossout. Some people are very indecisive on this card. I think it's amazing. I think in a deck like this, you should be. If you are not playing this card, it's wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
there's just certain hand traps that if you get hit with them, you are going to not do anything. You have to be able to hit, like especially in hands where it's like, oh, I have Fractal Warbler, but that's it. You need to be able to make sure that goes through.
Right. Yeah, agreed. In a deck like this, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And then the new card, we have 3 Bird Call. This card's crazy. This card is literally Oviraptor that could also special summon.
Yeah, it's better than Rhoda. I remember you and I talking about like, if Lyrilusc just had like a way to add a Lyrilusc to your hand. And they're like,
this came out like
we'll make a better version. Like, wow, okay, thanks.
I was like, what the heck? This card's kind of cracked.
Yeah.
It makes it so you can have 6 Warblers, and that was always the problem, is not seeing your Warbler enough.
Yeah.
But now you can always see it. So it's like, dang.
Yeah, it's great. And your opponents are like, if you're playing against the pure Lyrilusc deck, you feel like you have to ash this because like the best thing to ash. Everything else just is pointless once they already get
Yeah,
the bird they
exactly.
want. So like it's gonna take a lot of ashes, you know, like, and
It
that's not a
is.
bad thing sometimes, you know. Okay, sure, I'll just do normal Tri-Brigade stuff then, or
And
whatever.
then like
Yeah.
sometimes if you open like Warbler Sparrow, if you like Warbler and they negate Warbler, Bird Call just lets you keep playing.
Right. Yeah.
Because then you could then you
Search
have to
another
say
one.
yeah.
Yeah. Makes
Search
sense.
another one, but special that Sparrow from your hand.
Exactly.
And then it's like it never was hit in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just crazy. And then I have 2 Jack in the hand. Some people don't like this card. I've always liked this card. This card can be so nutty
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes your opponent just does not know what to give you, and most of the time it doesn't matter what they give you. Your combo's in your hand.
Yeah.
Because you can change it every time. Like it doesn't matter what cards you reveal because you'll always have combo most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
mean,
think
there's
now that you can
sometimes
get
where you're like,
barrel, it's
yeah,
pretty great because a lot of
there's
people are
sometimes
like,
where you're
ugh.
like, please don't hit this, or please don't take this card. This is the only one I don't want you to take. But
Uh-huh.
other than that, it doesn't come up like crazy often where that happens. But when it does, you're like, please just
Yeah, it just
let this be.
yeah.
And sometimes they won't, and then you'll be like, thank God. So yeah, I think the card's pretty good. Obviously, in the mirror match, it's not good like at all. But when you know you're playing against the mirror, easily slots out, so
Mm-hmm.
not a big deal. And then for my one-of spells, we play Foolish. Foolish is just another fractal, so there's no reason not to play it. 4 fractals is better than, or 5 fractals is better than 4 or 3 fractals. 1-for-1, you play so many level 1s. 1-for-1 just is so helpful.
Yeah.
And like it can be a start. It can like do the whole combo by itself. So there's no reason not to play it.
Yeah. Card's good.
Called by, it's just a 4th cross out.
Cheaper cross out.
Cheaper cross out. Sometimes could be better than cross out.
I can't believe they limited this card to sell cross out that badly. Oh my god.
I
Crazy.
know. And then 1 Tenki.
Mm-hmm.
Even before the ban list, I wasn't even playing 3 in this version of the deck. I just didn't. It felt like too much fractal, which is weird to say, but it definitely felt like there was just too much fractal.
Mm-hmm.
So I was playing even before the list. I was playing 2 because I just didn't want to. It's one of those cards where like in this deck at least, where you like it's nice when you see it, but when you see like 2 of those and 2 fractals, you're like, oh god.
Yeah, the Tenki was definitely much more aimed at like Zodiac Tri-Brigade.
Yeah, now that it's at 1, I like it feels so good.
Mm-hmm.
Which is so weird to say, but Tenki at 1 feels really really good. And then for my 1 trap card, I play, or other than the Imperms, because we went over those, I play Oath. This card's just really good in a meta where everybody's trying to play like Dark Rulers and Dark Rulers and Droplets and stuff.
Everyone has those in their deck. It's crazy.
I'm not trying to lose to your random power spell and then cry because I didn't have this.
Yeah.
This card's, even when you draw this, sometimes it's real nutty.
It's
like,
not that bad to draw.
Yeah, there's some interactions where like they can Dark Rule your whole board, wait for them to commit to a special summon, and then you send your statue as cost and then bring it right back and then fizzle their summon.
Mm-hmm.
Or like special something back from your grave to extend, or from your hand. It's just has lots of applications. Of course, you don't want to see it all the time, but it's not like the end of the world when you do. So that is it for my main deck.
Okay.
Side deck's a little weird. When it comes to side deck, I do a lot. I base my side decks a lot off of OCG, which is like not completely correct, but like I like the thinking behind it, and it's always worked for me.
Yeah, actually, I really wanted to do like a math and Yu-Gi-Oh video about 2-ofs because that's such a hot topic.
It's never not worked for me, so I mean, I'm gonna keep doing it until it doesn't work anywhere.
Okay.
So I play 1 nib. The reason I don't play more than 1 nib is because it's counterintuitive to your entire game plan. Like you need to have your main monster zone empty, or your monster zone in general empty. So you don't really want to nib them, but sometimes there's just decks where you have to play it or else you're not winning.
Mm-hmm. And do you side this in when you think your opponent like?
Oh yeah, I said they didn't go first.
Okay, with the crossouts. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, that's the main reason it's there. It's just for crossout. And then I play one more droll, because there's just decks where it's just so good against, where you just win because you activated droll. That's basically it. It's just a really good turn-ending hand trap, and you can kill them.
Yep.
I do play 2 Lancia still, mainly because going first, I want to put one in so I don't lose. But also because, like, mirror matches, other Tri-Brigade decks, Virtual World, when PK starts catching back up, like the OCG.
Yeah. Would you put this in against a deck that doesn't banish, like what's not good against? This card is gaining more popularity. It's not like it was when, like, a couple months ago when, like, Lancia was in every side deck. But like, would you put this in against, like, Prank Kids, let's say, just as an example?
Like going first?
Going first. Yeah. Like game 3 or something like that. You would. 100%. Okay, interesting.
Because, like, worst case, they normal summon Roxy's, I'll just drop it.
That's true. Okay, it does have some value against Roxy's, I guess. That's true.
Yeah, and, like, what if they, like, randomly activated evenly against me?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not terrible.
It's not horrible.
Yeah,
but it's like, I don't want to draw it when I put it in going first. That's for sure.
Okay.
And then I play 1 pink. This card is still nutty. Always has been, probably always will be.
Yeah, this card's great.
And then I play 1 Apex. I kind of talked about this a little bit. It just subs in for Statue when you're in matches where Statue does absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
There's times where I put both in, but it's, like, very seldom, or both of them are in my deck at the same time. And then I do play 2 Lightning Storms. I like 2 ofs. That's why there's 2 Lightning Storms. Probably the only reason. But I also play 1 Duster to, like, fill the 3rd slot of the 3rd Lightning Storm. And then I play 1 Twin. And I saw this a lot in OCG. The theory for the 1 Twin is you only put it in for certain decks that have main phase stuff in it. So, like, Invoked, Prank Kids, Tri-Brigade, stuff like that. Because you don't really need it, but, like, you don't want to Duster or Storm those decks because nothing's going to happen.
So this is just the one. Okay, I see. That is a little suspect to me, but I get it.
I mean, it's worked out so far.
I see. I mean, it's not bad in back row matchups anyway. So, like,
in worst case, it's another back row move.
Yeah.
And then I do play 3 Dark Ruler. Dark Ruler's just really good. You don't have to waste your whole hand to negate their board.
Yeah, Dark Ruler does seem powerful, especially.
Yeah, Dark Ruler plus birds, you wipe their whole board. It's like Dark Ruler plus Borbo. It's the same thing. Zeus is crazy. Dark Ruler and Zeus is best combo in the game.
Yep.
And then I play 1 Importer, 1 Reboot. In the past, I have been, like, heavily focused on, like, playing other going first cards. This deck's most of the time when you're going first, you won the game. Like, most of the time. I didn't want to focus too hard on going first. I wanted to make sure my going second game was, like, I had no struggle. Like, I knew it was going to be fine. Because that's in the past where it's kind of felt wonky. The deck itself is inherently good going second because of the bird stuff and, like, making assembled and wiping their board and such. But still having that a slight more edge going second really helps. And I'd rather not lose, like, the game 3 when I have to go second, when I know going first it wasn't going to be an issue anyway. So I don't need to play, like, anti-spells or Feather Storm or Judgment. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is an option, and it has been thrown back and forth in my deck. I just feel like the going second stuff is needed much more than the going first stuff right now.
Okay. I can buy that.
So that's about it for my side deck. Extra deck wise, this is slightly more standard now because I think it's getting to a point where everybody's playing a standard extra deck for this deck. There's, like, a couple flex spots, but not anything crazy. So I play the Utopic Future package. The card's crazy. There's no reason not to play it. It's also another way into Zeus if it stayed on the board.
Right, right.
It's also just really annoying to try to get rid of. It's 3 attack that they can't destroy.
Yeah. It's good.
I play the one Zeus. Zeus is just crazy in this deck because you can make it so easily. The new addition is Ensemble Blue Robin.
Yeah, how much does this come up for you?
It comes up a lot with whenever you do your barrel combos, it comes up every time.
Well, obviously with barrel, yeah. But I guess my thing with this card is like, I mean, obviously it's for like when they make it hard for you to get into some more, right? Because like this with the statue doesn't make any sense because your opponent's not going to special summon. But
plus, on your end board, you don't want to put it on with statue because you need the space for Draco because Draco has to take.
Ah, I see. Interesting. Okay.
So you want to be able to have that space open, and like, yeah, it doesn't really fill a purpose when statue's already filling that purpose. And if they're going to have droplets, they're also going to negate that too. So it doesn't really make any sense. There has been some times where I got hand trapped too much, and I ended on just that, but with low attack. But I had like hand traps or like importer and stuff, and I keep that on the board so I can have I can do stuff next turn because I can just re-grab Warbler.
Right. Yeah.
And then the combos on again.
Makes sense.
And then I play 2 Recital now. Double Recital is like in most of the combos. Like every single combo you're gonna make 2.
Because now you're going through the Utopic Future package instead of the Appaloosa. Yep.
Yeah, you could play 3 if you're more Lyrilusc focused, like if you had more birds than I play. But I think 2 is just a sweet number.
Okay.
And then I play 1 Assembled. Assembled's crazy. You can't target it if it has Cobalt under it and it can't be destroyed. It literally is crazy Zeus.
Yeah, it's hard to stop.
And if they don't, and a lot of people just don't read the cards, so they'll let you make it.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, that happens a lot. Is like they don't interrupt you, and then you make Assemble. They're like, ah, crap. You know.
And then they can't do anything. You're like, okay, thanks for that one.
Yeah.
So going into the links, I play my link one. I play Almirage. Some people play Link Rebo, but I'll probably show this combo too. But I use Almirage in a combo to let me play around Nib.
Okay.
Like not just like having to make it, but the effect to get it off the board is what I need it more for than Link Rebo.
I see. Yeah, this can have some random implications too against like Chuche. Or Destroy Phoenix Enforcer.
Like if you summon both your if you like Warbler, Surge Nerval, and they don't do anything, if you normal summon Warbler or normal summon Nerval and then make Almirage, you will kill them through like Chuchi or Enforcer because they're not gonna be able to pop anything. And then when you get to like Access Code at the end of your combo, you can either protect Access Code or like use it as a pop. Yeah. And then I play 3 Tri-Brigade links. I play Farrajet, Bearbloom, and Sherrig. Farrajet is the most useful, obviously, because she lets you extend. Sherrig in here is basically never used for the banish. That's not what it's here for. You will combo with that card most of the time.
I see. Do you ever miss having 2 of this?
Sometimes, but not enough to make me want to play another one.
Okay. So you mostly use it for comboing.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's also not a lot of space.
Yeah, the space is really tight in this extra deck.
It's also why I don't play Revolt, because most of the time you use Sherrig, so then Revolt just becomes bad. Especially on your end board, it's just bad because you're not going to be able to use it. Because even if they like Dark Ruler you, you have to wait for them to clear the entire board and then activate Revolt.
Yep.
And then I do still play Bear Room though, because there are combos where you have to use it.
Right, to discard. Yeah, discard and get some stuff back. Yeah.
There's combos and you can kill with it. So it's like you have to. It's just some people have tried to talk me out of it, but it has come up so much that it can't cut out.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then for my non Tri-Brigades, I play Ancient Warrior. Ancient Warriors still standard, especially since I don't play Rendezvous, so I can't just dump Rendezvous. Yeah, this is the way to keep the statue alive most of the time.
Yep.
Then I play Samorg. Samorg's still crazy. Samorg probably will always be crazy unless it gets banned.
Mm-hmm.
because it's just a powerful utility card,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't I don't see it getting banned because I think it's like the best way for Wing V6 to be able to play the game. But you never know. Konami's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I do play Access Code. You don't always make Access Code to kill them, but there's no reason not to have it.
Card's broken.
It
Yeah.
just steals games.
Yeah, it's broken. I'm looking
And
forward to
now
the reprint.
and now there's not going to be any reason for people not to play it because it's getting reprinted.
It's getting reprinted. Well, we'll see how much it costs when all said and done. But yeah, this card, I'm definitely looking forward to picking one up.
And then in my more generic Link 3 spot, I play Harris Felger over Rugal. Harris Felger just comes up so much more.
Right, yeah, you're not doing the Bear Bloom Revolt search combo, so this card's just
so you don't need Rugal.
Yeah, this card's just better than Rugal.
You can make this under statue. You can kill them with it under statue.
This card's good.
It's really good in like the striker matchups too, because they can't target it under some more, so you can just get rid of the Ray and stuff.
Yeah.
There's no reason for me to want to play Rugal over this. It only sucks sometimes when you go first because if you do your full combo, you won't have a Link 3 for access code, but you can still make access code with like 4,000 attack.
Right. Yep.
So that is the deck itself. It's been working pretty well for me. I've been labbing this for like 3 months over, just like
waiting for bird call
over again. Yeah, I've just been changing it over and over again, and this is what I've been settled on. It's only been like slight things. I've been like, oh, should I play this over that? But so far, this is how I really like it, and it hasn't given me a reason not to. So
good. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, this looks really solid. I'm gonna be trying this out for myself soon. But yeah, I think a lot of people like to see the combo. So should we get on to that? I know that's what a lot of people watch these videos for. Okay, everyone, we are back with the combo portion of the video. We've got our two best friends, the match made in heaven, Warbler and Fractal. So this is basically the standard combo that Kyle wanted to show off. And then we'll maybe get to some more advanced ones. But you know, if you're new to this deck, you definitely want to know the standard combo. So take it away, Kyle. Let's learn this combo.
Okay, so with this combo, you're gonna want to start out with activating Fractal.
Right, makes sense.
Most standard. You will send Cobalt.
Yep, send this one.
Obviously, you want a special Warbler.
Yeah, so this
part. Special Cobalt.
This part, I think everyone knows at least the start of it. Now, what do you search here when you don't have your targets in hand? What do you search first usually?
I would usually go with Nerval, just because if stuff starts getting stopped, Nerval will still be live. Sapphire might not be. Depending on the rest of your hand.
Okay, so let's go with this one. Okay, and I assume these get overlaid.
Yeah, those get overlaid for Recital.
Okay.
And then you're going to activate Recital effect to search for Sapphire.
Yep. So this is all.
Then from here, you'll Sapphire, Special Herself, and Nerval. Okay. And then you'll use Nerval effect and Special Summon a Fairja.
Yeah, so this is the reason why starting with Fractal is better. It lets you use the Nerval effect. What happens when you don't open Fractal and you just open the Cobalt Sparrow? Do you do something?
I just do a different combo.
Okay. Do you like link it off first? Is the start same, or do you get something else completely?
The start's same, but I don't search Nerval. I usually search like Wagtail.
I see. Interesting. Okay.
And then you overlay those two for another Recital.
I see. Okay. Well, maybe we can take a look at that. But okay, so here we are. We got this combo. I guess I should technically move this over here. It's probably slightly more accurate. But okay, here we go.
Yeah, and then you overlay those two.
Yep, for
another one.
The value. Okay.
And then with that Recital, you detach Nerval and search DD Crow.
I see. So this is the free Crow, and then you get, of course, the Nerval search.
And then Nerval grabs Kit.
Nerval's grabbing Kit. Okay, I see. This is for our friend later.
And then you overlay the Recitals for F-Zero.
Yep. So these are going to be overlaid F-Zero. And then
Draco.
Yep. Draco is here. Do you have a spot where you like to put this? Draco?
I usually just put it on one of the sides.
Okay.
Just out of the way.
And
then Fairjet will special Kit.
Yep.
And then Kit will banish 3 for Harris Felger.
Harris Felger, very interesting. Okay.
And then you'll link off Harris Felger and Kit for Shureg.
I see. For
and
Shureg.
Then, if you're going first, they won't have any cards, so you won't want a Shureg effect, but Kit effect will.
Right, I assume you're sending the trap here.
Yeah, you'll send that both. And then you'll link 3 for some Morg.
I see. For some Morg, and then Shureg is going to search something. Now, do you ever miss a card like Harpy Conductor, by the way?
For the 1-card combos, yes, but for everything else, no.
Okay.
It doesn't come out.
Okay.
It's only really good for that fractal.
Yeah, the fractal combo. Okay.
And then you'll search Karis with the Shureg.
Search Karis with the Shureg.
And then you'll normal summon Karis, because you haven't normal summoned yet.
Right, so you can save the DD Crow in this case.
And then banish 2 for double Dragon Blades.
Yep. Banish.
Sometimes, most of the time, if I'm going first, I'll banish like Harris Felger and Shureg, only because Harris Felger's a wind and Shureg's a wing beast, so it cuts you off. It cuts them off from Ice Dragons and Invoked plays. I
see. So you leave the fire and the earth in the grave. Okay.
Yeah, because you hard made Shureg, so they can take it.
Well, Dueling Book has decided it's gonna lag on me. Okay, but I think we see the combo. You basically special summon out the double Dragon Lords. Then you're gonna have a Beast Warrior.
Enter needs special statue, and then you have the 3 types for Oath, so that it has protection.
Okay, so it looks like Dueling Book is back. Basically, we summon the double Dragon Lords, and then during the end phase, we've got the statue.
Yep.
And we've got the 3 types.
So you'll have the Oath Engrave, the double Dragon Lords to bounce, the F-Zero to negate, and then you have a DD Crow in your hand.
Yep, this looks pretty powerful. Now, I was wondering... Okay, let's do... Is there another combo you'd like to show us? Maybe the one with the Almirage?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to reset this.
That is... oh, God, I'm trying to think of it real quick. Warbler and Wagtail, but you can't have used Bird Call to get Wagtail or
Warbler.
Warbler.
I see. Okay, let's take a look at it just because I'm curious. This is pretty specific. I guess it would have to be Fractal or
Foolish or
Fractal or Foolish. Do you go for Cobalt usually, or
if I don't have another discard to start, I'll usually go for Wagtail.
I see.
Because Bird Call will search the discard.
I see. Okay, let's start with this then. Okay, let's give this a shot. So
from here, you're gonna go special.
Yep, this one. Search the call. Okay. Overlay.
You're gonna overlay those 2 for a Sapphire.
And then detach 1, I would imagine.
Yep, and then you can search for Sapphire.
Okay. And
then from here, you're going to activate Bird Call and search for Cobalt.
Right, because it's going to give you an extra search.
And then you won't use Bird Call's effect as special.
Right, it doesn't work.
Won't do it. Yeah. And then from here,
you could, by the way, special summon Sparrow and then search Nerval and then use this Swallow to summon out Nerval again. If you started with that's like what I was saying about the extra material. Doesn't really matter that much, but you can do that.
If you started with Cobalt, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna special these out.
Nerval, whatever. And then you can search Nerval with the Cobalt.
Yep, search Nerval with the Cobalt.
And then you overlay those, and you can either search for Barrel Canary here or DD Crow. Whatever one you search is just going to be used to the discard.
I see. Okay. Let's search Barrel Canary because we haven't seen her yet. Okay.
And then you're going to go into F-Zero.
F-Zero, yep. So this guy, This guy.
And they have to nib you when you make the F-Zero, or they can't nib you.
Right, sorry. Okay, so we're assuming the nib. Okay, so let's say they nib us. So let's just put this back in the extra deck.
Yeah, let's just say they nib you, put the token in the middle.
Okay, token
or
in the
wherever.
middle.
It doesn't matter if they put it in one of the zones, because you can still use the other one.
Okay.
So from here, you're going to normal summon Nerval.
Mm-hmm.
And banish 2 for Farrajet.
Okay, 2 for Farrajet. Interesting. Okay, so Farrajet. Because this is pretty bad zone placement, but okay.
I would put the Farrajet in the other zone, because that Nerval is going to leave.
Yep. That makes sense.
You're going to use the Nerval for Almirage.
I see. Interesting. Okay.
And then Chainlink 1 Nerval effect. And if they have no response, you Nerval or you Almirage tribute itself, just target Farrajet.
Okay. So boom. And then this is searching Karis?
Kit.
Oh, Kit. Okay.
Kit.
Oh, right, you can still special summon off Farrajet. Okay.
Yeah. And then you're going to special summon the Kit off the Farrajet.
Okay.
Banish 3 for Harris Felger.
I see. Back to the whole charade thing. Okay, I see. Interesting. Pick these ones for this guy.
And then you'll go into charade with Kit and Harris Felger.
I see. So boom, you hit the Nibiru.
You hit the nib and you send off of Kit.
Yep.
And then you link off into some Morg.
I see. Okay, some Morg. Search something.
You search Karis here.
Ah, very cool. And you still end with Oath through all of this.
And then since you searched a discard,
yep.
Yeah, you can special the Karis.
I see. So you still have Beast Warrior, plus a token to send. Actually, can you even do that? Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. Yeah. Probably
then you would,
grave.
make double Dragon Lords. And
see.
phase, you can special your symbol, or you can special your statue or your Apex, depending on what game this is, at least.
I see. There we go. That's really cool, actually. I see.
So that's what I like to. I will almost always exclusively do that game 2 and 3.
I see. Just to play around Nibiru. Okay.
Yeah, just to play
around
sense.
It. Makes sense.
Game 1, I won't. Sometimes I won't play around Nib, because if they have it, they have it. Like, you can't plan for everything.
I see. So this is basically a way to expose Nerval after the F-Zero. I think that's the key difference between this combo and the other combo. Oh, that makes sense.
You don't have to use Nerval till after F-Zero, so your whole combo will be the rest of your combo will be protected.
Okay. So is it fair to say that if you don't open Bird Call, and you have a way to get this Wagtail in the grave? Oh, I see. If you don't open the dump, especially, you always go for a Wagtail combo.
Yeah,
because that makes more sense. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Perfect. Okay, is there anything else you'd like to showcase, or is that?
There's like the niche combos where you open like Fractal or a Bird, which are like kind of complicated.
I see. Okay.
Especially if that's all you opened and not just like Fractal, Barrel, or Warbler. It's like Fractal or Cobalt or Wagtail. Then it gets like you have to use most of your hand to combo.
Okay. Well, why don't we save those maybe for this video? Is already gonna be pretty long. If there's interest, guys, let us know in the comments, and we can definitely showcase those. But this is sort of an interesting start. Well, thanks again, Kyle, for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
I'm definitely gonna try this out for myself because it looks like a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys all in the next one.